All right. So we have a guest on the line, and I'm very intrigued by his plight because I saw this on online the other day, and he is he I don't know if I'd call him a lobbyist because he doesn't. I don't know if he's taken this his advocacy to Washington yet, but I'm intrigued by his idea, and I wanted to have him on the show because he is someone who is I don't know how I put this. He's anti-denim. He's anti-jean. You know, we all of us, we walk around in jeans all the time, and we just kind of like decided that jeans are going to be what we wear all the time. Like, we're just going to wear denim constantly. And so this guy is online. His name is Ralph Johnson. And he's anti-denim. Ralph, welcome to Rate the Universe.
Thank you for having me.
Well, so Ralph, why don't you tell the people a little bit about why you feel like denim is overrated?
Why it's overrated?
Yeah,
well,
I mean, your whole I saw your Tumblr, and there's a lot of like jeans with like like, you know, the Ghostbusters thing where you have to have this circle and the cross through the ghost, you know?
Yeah.
And you have a lot of pictures with jeans like that, because you don't like denim. So why don't you like denim? Why does this anger you so much?
Well, I think you're asking me two different questions here. The most important thing, I think, is the latter question you just asked, the why I don't like denim. There's a lot of American-centric reasonings that I have that historically go against what the Bible is telling us.
Oh,
and
so this is it's a religious thing.
Oh, well, yes, but it needs to really be indoctrinated into all of society. It's not just a Judeo-Christian belief.
It's not just a Judeo-Christian belief, like the wearing of denim.
No, it's an evolutionary reasoning that was then adopted into the Bible. But I think it's easily more palatable from the Bible.
Oh, you're saying that people that the wearing of denim is in the Bible, or the Bible tells us that we should not wear denim?
Should not.
Okay. So so this goes way back.
Oh yeah, it goes way back.
Is there a reason the Bible tells us not to wear denim? Is it like is
well,
it
that would go into your second question. The
Yeah.
first question you actually asked me is why it's an inferior material.
Why is it an inferior material?
Well, it's just first and foremost not really very cost effective, and I think that's like a little easy way to slide in for all those capitalists you got listening to your program. But I mean, overall, it's a material that is not very flexible. We're thinking again, taking it back to evolutionary times. It's not something that you can move around very easily in. It's definitely way too hot for most climates during their respective summers or warm seasons. And it's just not something that actually gives a lot of appeal or use other than what they have then manufactured and how it's going to look on the human body.
I got to tell you, one of the things that drew me to you in your blog, in your online presence, was I don't want to go as far as to say that I agree with you, but I am a little bit curious about why denim is so pervasive, and I don't know if I would be as militant as you about it, because there was that whole thing you did at Gap, you know, the whole Gap controversy that you had.
Yeah, I mean, that was the unveiling of my manifesto. I mean, that was very intentional. I'm more than happy to address that.
Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that in a second, because that's a whole other ball of wax, so to speak. But and we will get to that. But I do want to say I don't know. Like I said, don't know if I would take it as far as what happened at the Gap. But I am curious why, as a culture, we are so obsessed with denim and why we wear it so much. Why do you think people have become so accustomed to denim?
Some may call it a conspiracy, but it really all comes down to uh, we're a group of people in the world that is now so easily manipulated by our sense of sight. And it all comes down to this idea of sexuality and why somehow we have been indoctrinated with jeans, specifically going back again to the origination of jeans through Levi Strauss, of jeans being sexy, jeans being the working man's clothing through an industrialized time in order to get what was then, in America at least, the largest group of people on the rise and making that a status symbol and then letting everyone else fall in love with that idea.
I know you kind of credit Bruce Springsteen, the cover of Born to Run. That was a big thing for jeans being sexy, right?
So that's wave two. That's everything wave two right there.
So why don't you tell us about what happened at the Gap? Why don't you explain yourself? I mean, because you went. You don't think you went too far, but most people think you went too far.
So yeah, it was myself and two of my sons, and then a special core group of my followers, which we call the ADC, the Anti-Denim Collaborative. We all got together and we went to New York in Times Square, and there was a Gap there. It was the birthday of Levi Strauss, and as a show of demonstration and again the unveiling of my manifesto of ADC and our mission, we petitioned by going into the fitting rooms and seeing all of the denim.
You pooped on the denim.
Yes.
Right. Because we try not to use the S word. We're trying to clean up our podcast.
Yes.
So we pooped.
All of the denim.
You pooped on all the denim?
Yes.
Right. See, the way that I read it, I thought that it was, I don't know, I thought it was maybe fake poop, but it was actually your own excrement on the jeans?
Well, it was a combination because what we did was, this was months in the making, and we came in with large backpacks, and we had months of stored poop in these backpacks, in which we would then go into the fitting rooms, and you're not allowed to leave your bags anywhere, so you could just bring the bags in as long as you have the appropriate number of clothes that you return. And because it's very crowded, it's Times Square, it was very difficult to keep track of. So we had gone trying on clothes repeatedly, using the poop that was stored, using the poop that was internal, for about 2 or 3 hours until people started to take note of the stench.
Yeah, and people did take note. I mean, this was, do you think that your cause was, do you think this was the right way to do it by placing poop all over the Gap and the jeans in the Gap?
So, I mean, who's to say right way, wrong way? I think any press is good press, all of that. We were really just trying to make a little bit of a wave and get some people to take note. You may have noticed, I don't know if you did this in your research, but the blog spiked exponentially after that, and that was where the actual manifesto was written, and I think we got a lot of solid press, got a lot of really solid emails and response from the event. It was all because of that being covered in the daily news.
Yeah, I mean, listen, that's why you're here. I did, that's where I first found out about you and became fascinated with you. I think what everybody really wants to know, and this is the question, and we'll end with this, because I think this is really what it all comes down to, is what are the fabrics that you think the American people should be wearing instead of denim?
Well, it's got to be all flannel.
Flannel pants?
Yeah, flannel pants.
that isn't. I mean, isn't that a little warm? I mean, isn't that a little? I don't know. That doesn't breathe very well. I don't think.
But it's a lot easily more manipulated to incorporate buttons and incorporate ventilation in general. I think we're thinking about pants the complete wrong way. And pants, as we know it, need to change. And the reason that we have had pants the way we have had for so long is because of the way that denim needs to be manufactured and structured in order to provide pants as we know it today. But that should not be what it was. I mean, if you think about in the past, the fact that we've worn completely leg-long pants, that's a newer concept. Pants before would really only stop mid-shin, just past the knee, and then you would have more of a sock incorporation. I don't think we need to go that route, but I think we can definitely rethink pants altogether.
All right, so it sounds like flannel capri pants is kind of what you're going for.
Again, it could be capri. It doesn't need to be capri. There's a lot of room. We have our own engineers at the ADC, and they're working around the clock to really try and bring out some new styles. We're trying to really back away from this sexualized version of pants because, again, we'll just create a new problem. It's really all about simplicity, cost effectiveness, and what is going to then be the most practical option for people.
All right. Well, listen, I thank you for your time. Can people buy flannel pants from you? What was the organization called again?
The ADC, the Anti-Denim Collaborative.
Right. Okay. The Anti-Denim Collaborative. Can they get pants from you? Do you manufacture? Do you distribute pants?
Unfortunately, no, not yet. We are still in the beta mode.
All right, the beta mode. Okay. All right. Well, so how about go ahead and give your blog. So plug your blog because I know that's really how you get the word out.
Yeah. Thank you. It's just ADC. So www.adc.zenga.liveforum@gmail.com. Or if you're just going to go to the website, it's just www.adc.blogspot.org.
All right, Ralph. Well, thank you very much for your time. I think the people out there are going to be interested in this. So thank you.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right. See you later.